Welcome to the Take 92 podcast. My name is Sammy Warm Hands. I am your host, and today is a first for our show. Iced was a guest earlier this year, episode 53, and I'm having him back the same year. That was before their record came out. Now it's out. They just got off tour, and they announced another tour coming up in January. So we're going to talk all about what it was like out on the road with Iced. First off, yes, my voice is fucked up. Somehow I got sick again, like 2 weeks after getting over being sick before. The same thing. So I don't know.
It happens.
My bad. Yeah, you got the same shit.
It's still lingering, so.
So yeah, how was the Iced second tour, right? Second tour, right?
No.
Third tour.
Fourth
Tour.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right.
Fourth tour.
Fourth.
The first one doesn't exactly
The fourth,
count.
okay, yeah, maybe the third, but
the first one was 3 days.
It was still a tour, though.
Nah.
We were
It's a weekender.
Mini tour.
yeah, mini tour.
tour.
Still, like, kind of.
So this was the first one that you guys kind of switched duties, and actually, Jordan, you booked this time, right?
You
Yeah,
booked, like,
mostly.
the whole thing, basically.
I think, yeah, you only booked like a couple of the shows, I think.
I did San Jose, and that's it.
I don't know if it's necessarily like a thing where I was like, I want to book this tour, but I just feel like I just knew who to hit up.
Jordan
And
took
then,
the
like,
responsibilities, which made me glad, because I really hate booking, so I was really happy to have no part in it, basically.
Yeah, it's my least favorite thing for sure.
It's fun.
DFS had this with a couple things. Like the last 3 dates of our tour were booked in the week of the kickoff.
Yeah.
And you had some shit too where you were like, I don't know if these are happening or not. Like I think so.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just like saw flyers online like,
Yeah, like,
oh yeah, it's happening. Okay.
Tucson fell through like twice in a row. They like
Yeah.
the first venue we were supposed to play at, they lost, and then there was like another venue we were supposed to play at that they also lost.
God.
So,
And then the guy was just like, I don't know if this can happen. We're
and
like,
I'm like, that's fair. Like, obviously, there's like crazy shit going on in Tucson in regards to shows. But yeah, like the day before we left, Flagstaff was booked.
yeah,
Man.
shout out Sea House.
Yeah.
Shout out Sean
Hell
in
yeah.
Flagstaff from Sea House. Because, yeah, they booked us super last minute.
And there's hella people there, which I was really surprised by. I was like,
And it was
thinking,
a very scary atmosphere.
yeah, that was a night.
It was like a basement show, but the basement had like a trap door kind of thing.
Okay, that's the day you told me about then?
The curse
the
day.
crazy fucked day.
Yeah,
Okay, this was part of the reason I was like, we got to do a show. So
It wasn't
Okay.
that cursed.
I wake up
There's so
and
many
I spit
things.
Rockstar everywhere.
there's so many things. Wait, so
How did you
let's-
have
let's start at the
Rockstar in your
beginning
mouth
of
as
this.
soon as you woke up? You just woke up with it
Well,
in
she
there?
gargled it before bed.
You know.
There was a little left over.
acid reflux.
Exactly. I get heartburn when I lay down at the end
Wait,
of the
why are
day.
you drinking Rockstar right before you go to sleep?
So you can have really crazy dreams.
Well, but yeah, I guess. Where do we start with that? The cursed day.
Well, I don't know about this Rockstar. I was like, I think
Oh
I
yeah,
was
you're
showering.
Josh was the only person who saw.
So
but,
wait,
like,
you wake up and you're in a different town?
I wake up and we're in Phoenix.
Okay.
Okay, that's a start. The Phoenix show was great, but we wake up and I read a really funny message about taking shots of Listerine to cure my cold while
Yeah.
I'm drinking a Rockstar, and I spit it out everywhere. And then Josh had panicked and like found cleaning supplies
Because you're
in
staying at someone else's house.
who wasn't home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stepped out for like an hour or something.
Yeah, and Josh like panicked, just found like cleaning shit, so we cleaned that up. So that just was a great start.
And this is carpet, no less?
No,
No.
thank
okay.
God.
Okay, so it's just
So it
like
wasn't that.
linoleum floor.
I
you
mean,
wipe
it's
it up,
stressful,
fine.
but not as stressful as it could have been.
Okay.
Especially with like the neon.
Yeah. I'm like, is there a green streak in the living room? So part 2 is
Okay, well, we're about to get into the van. We're meeting up with the people we were staying with. We're gonna get some food before we like got on the road or whatever. And I think Kenny says to Josh, "Hey, Josh, are you good to drive? Like, because they take turns driving or whatever.
Yeah.
And Josh was like, I'll be good. I've only had a few beers.
Mind you, Josh is straight edge.
He's obviously kidding. It's like 11 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah.
And this like middle-aged like lady just like stops dead in her tracks.
Who is obviously drunk.
And she also she seemed like she was very drunk, but she was very mad at Josh for like saying he was going to drive.
Interrogating him. And then Josh had to explain his life story about how he doesn't actually drink. It was just a poor taste joke proving to this woman that he did not drink a few beers at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, at first I'm thinking like, okay, well, I mean, yeah, that is I guess a decent thing to do if you don't know the context of this person who, you know,
possibly
never
but I feel
drinks.
like if you were to have heard Josh saying it, you'd be able to know he was kidding.
Yeah.
Just from like his tone of voice.
Well, drunk people can't read a room. So
True.
The lady wouldn't let him in the car, right?
Yeah, she was like really like grilling him. Kenny had to tell her that he was driving for her to like leave.
Oh.
And then we finally got to go eat pizza.
Well, we didn't. Well, we finally got to go eat pizza, but we ended up going to the wrong place. Apparently, there's 2 pizza shops within like a block of each other on the same street, and we pull up. We just see a big. No, not the same name, but we just see a sign for pizza, and we're like, that must be it. Like Siri's like, your destination's on your right or whatever, and then we just pull in, and then like we're sitting there for like 45 minutes, and we're like, hey, wait, we're like the people we're supposed to meet, and then like a minute or 2 later, they end up walking in, and they're like, yeah, you guys went to the wrong spot. And we had already ordered our food.
And then...
Well, yeah, I would think so, yeah, if you've been sitting there that long. Like,
yeah.
Are they going to show up? Let's just eat.
The other place was apparently better. Looked better.
Was all of that still in the morning in Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then...
so then you go to Flagstaff.
Drive's amazing. We have a really good time just like chilling.
What was that place we went to? Buffalo Park or something like that?
Yeah.
Shout out Buffalo Park.
We just walked around, chilled. That was very nice. That was all great. And then we get to the house.
And that's all great.
That's all great. There's lots of animals, which is fun.
Well, I don't even think anything else weird happened until after the show then, huh?
Well, no, before. No, you weren't there. So, sorry.
This was like a half of a day between her telling me shit and then customers would come and interrupt us and then we'd come back. I swear this story went on for hours.
We're at the... I know, right? So we're at the house and everybody's chilling. And so there's two dogs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
And there's this really large dog that like reminds me of the Snuffleupagus from like Sesame Street or whatever. And apparently that dog can't be around the kitten or some shit like that, which I was completely unaware of. So I was just like, what the fuck's going on? I'm just sitting there chilling on the couch. Fucking dog is chasing the kitten and literally trying to eat it. And the cat runs underneath the couch that I'm sitting on. And before I can even process what's happening, people are like picking the couch up while I'm still on it to get the kitten. And so that was really stressful because I was like, am I about to see a cat die? But it was fine.
It was safe.
Yeah.
When I first heard that, I was like, wait, why are they picking up the couch? Why wouldn't they take the dog and then the cat will come out?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like
unruly.
But, I guess
panic
like you said,
mode.
no time to think. They're just like,
they're
oh, shit. Yeah. So then you have a good show.
Yeah, show was amazing. Lots of people showed, which I was really surprised by just due to last minuteness of it.
Did they add you to an existing show or was it just ground up for you?
Ground up for us.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Quick little 3-band bill.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I guess
Next
this is a good way to...
The nail thing?
Yeah, this is bad.
Okay, yeah, so this is a good way to preface what we're about to talk about is that during the first band, I went to the bathroom or something like that, and they shut the cellar door, I guess. And
so it's basement, but it's outdoor access.
Indoor.
Right?
Yeah,
Indoor.
you go, so like literally you're inside and you walk through a door and then there's a set of stairs. It's still inside, but there's a set of stairs that leads down to the basement. But the set of stairs can also be closed off by like the trapdoor thing.
Okay. So like Stranger Things Where they trap the Demogorgon. It's got the shutter door thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, basically.
So, like, well, I, like, go pee or whatever. They, like, had already shut the door, and I go, and I lift up the door, and I take one. Also, it's like a basement that they, like, dug out themselves.
Jesus.
So it's, like, really steep, like, fucked up stairs. I take 2 steps, and I'm holding the door, and I'm like, this is a fucking bad idea. So...
And you're injured.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, all right, I can hear pretty good from up here. I'll just stand right here above, which I feel like is important for what happened after. Or I guess this wasn't after the show. This was just after we played. It was during the last band.
I think they were done by the time the person was like actually like basically.
The great thing about tour is it all blurs together.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Basically, what happened though is a person was trying to come up the stairs. The trap door on the stairs was closed, and they push it up to open it or whatever, and somehow it like falls back down onto them, and like they get like a nail to the arm, basically.
And you could like see it all, the insides of their arm and shit. And she was like,
So it wasn't like a stab puncture, it was like a tear.
it was a rip, yeah.
Ugh.
And you could see
Kind of like
the-
both, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you could like see the insides of her arm. I'm just like, man, that's fucked up. But she was like in complete shock. So
Yeah.
she was just like, I'm fine. And everybody's like, you're not fine. And like that kind of thing.
What?
Well, they had to convince her to wrap it up and stuff because she was like, it's okay.
Okay, but no
And, like-
one said you're not.
No,
fine.
no. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But someone got her to the hospital or
yeah,
something.
somebody
They-
had taking her to like the emergency
they
room.
like cleaned it up and wrapped it up really quick, and then they like sent her off to the ER, or well, took her to the ER.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
And then what was
What a fun show.
Yeah, right?
But then I remember
then
the end of this story.
Well, and then later we were hanging out, and Kenny was just sitting in a chair, like just a chair, like a a soft, cozy chair, and like he just leaned. We were just like talking shit and laughing or whatever, and he like leans back a little bit, and we just hear glass shatter.
It was the most perfect glass shower. Like it could be used for.
It sounded from a cartoon or something.
Yeah, like-
and for whatever reason, the owners of the house don't even know why it's there, but there was just like literally a glass pane behind the chair, and it just completely shattered when he like leaned back.
Yeah. And then.
See, I had forgotten about that detail.
That was really funny. Well, especially because I kept saying that was like God was punishing us for our conversation because we were talking about like the weird like differences between the American version of Sailor Moon and the Japanese version. Because this is important. Well, not actually important, but I guess since I brought it up, in the Japanese version, 2 characters are lovers, lesbian lovers. But in the American version, they made them cousins, but they're still like have weird,
Like flirty.
yeah. And I was just like talking about how like, yeah, that's America would rather like be incest than gay, and then like,
But
and then
they're
the
still
glass
gay, though,
breaks,
so it makes no sense.
and I was just like, this is our punishment for this conversation.
Like, watch it.
Right? And then
Well, I think the last part of the story is when we were trying to sleep.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
basically, the I would say the owners of the house, they're like, okay, so they have this big ass heater thing in the living room that literally has like a visible flame in it. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's one of those.
Like the shit in Home Alone, the furnace in Home Alone. It's all like fucking terrifying.
yeah,
Kind of like that, yeah, but maybe a little more modern. But it's like it's on the wall, and like it's in the living room where we're like sleeping on the floor or whatever. And they're pretty drunk and stuff, and they're like getting ready to go to bed. And they tell us like they had the heater cranking way too high already.
Okay, well,
And you're in
I
Arizona.
just remember Sean.
Oh, it was cold. It was
walking-
very cold there.
Yeah, it was
in
like
Flagstaff.
30 degrees.
Flagstaff is like over 7,000 feet elevation, so it's
Oh,
like
no shit.
when you think of Arizona, you're like hot
yeah.
desert, but like Flagstaff was below freezing overnight there.
I just
Actually,
remember like shortly before bed, he like went in to like their room, and he was just like, why the fuck is the furnace up this high? He
Yeah.
literally like said something like
because
that.
they were like going in and out and like of their room and stuff, or like, and we were just out in the living room, and like the heater is on. We're like, damn, it's like pretty hot in here. But then they were like, all right, well, we're going to bed. We turned the heater way down or whatever. And like, but if it's still too hot, let us know or something.
Yeah.
They like mentioned to like let them know or something. Cause like they said something about other people staying and getting way too hot out there and stuff before.
Which makes it funny.
But so basically we're probably asleep for like what, an hour or something.
Yeah. Also to start off, which I feel like our before conversation before bed, we were talking about like serial killers and stuff like that. So the mind was in a weird place before we went to sleep.
And you had that kitten with you, right?
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
That was like,
I'm not even there. I just remember all these fucking stories because they're funny.
yeah, the kitten that almost got eaten earlier. They're like, is it okay if we? That's the name of the kitten.
Mm-hmm.
Mouse.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
Mouse the kitten, the one that almost got eaten earlier in the day.
Who hopefully has not been eaten now.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, basically, they're just like, hey, is it all right if we leave the kitten out here? And we're just like, sure. But,
Being a kitten,
you know, the kitten's doing its thing, being annoying as fuck.
as kittens do.
But honestly, I don't even think I was bothered by the kitten. Like, I think I just, like, fell asleep normally. But then, like, yeah, I don't know, maybe roughly an hour goes by, and I wake up, and I'm, like, sweating. Ellie is, like, already awake, like, sitting up.
I'm basically at the beginning of like a panic / anxiety attack because I kind of like wake up and I'm like, I can't fucking breathe and it's hot. Like, so I'm just like, in like the, oh fuck, I'm gonna die.
You're like, where am I?
No, literally. And then,
Yeah, and I was kind of like, what the fuck is going on, too? Like, I was like, for a second, I thought we were, like, trapped in a room. And they're gonna, like,
yeah.
they're gonna just, like, kill us with heat or something. 'cause
And
it-
Josh was sleeping in like a doorway halfway between the two rooms.
He was basically in the other room, but all like Kenny was on the couch in the same room, and me and Ellie were on the floor, like with our sleeping pads and our like heads literally like inches away from this like furnace.
Yeah,
that's
the
just, like,
furnace is like blowing in our faces,
blasting
and shit.
heat into the room, and it's like so hot.
And Josh like was just confused because he was like halfway between. He was like, my
Yeah.
body feels good, but my head feels awful. And then Kenny was dreaming of like putting out a fire and shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Basically, eventually we all wake up and like the heat was just insane. We end up like opening the front door and it's like freezing cold outside, but like it was so hot in that room and like uncomfortable. And also, since we were kind of like delirious and probably just tired in general, we like kind of forgot that they said to like wake them up or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I thought of it, but then I was like, they're probably like wasted, passed out in there. There's no way we're gonna wake them up.
Knock at the door for 10 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were
But, like,
expecting.
hello?
Basically, I finally ended up like remembering to do it and giving it a try. And like they come
got up, like, immediately.
they come up and like they get up immediately.
And then give us another
And-
cat.
They're like, I know what happened.
Yeah, and then another cat runs out of the room when they come to open the door, and then they're like, yeah, I'll turn it off or whatever. And then like it took a while for it to turn off, so like for a minute we were all thinking like, great, they
did it
just-
again.
They just like went and fell back to sleep or whatever and like didn't turn it off. But like it finally came off like probably just like a few minutes later or something. But then we have a kitten and a cat that are like playing and fighting and like doing their shit all night long.
And it's so bad because like I was like, fuck you to the cats. But then at one point I woke up to the kitten like just like laying on my chest looking all cute.
I know.
And I was like,
It was being
Yeah, I
nice.
love waking up to tour animals. That's the greatest.
and then the kitten was trying to put its like entire head in Kenny's mouth.
Yeah, Kenny said he woke up to the kitten like trying to put its head into his mouth.
It's like trying to get back in the womb or something.
Yeah.
I also remember distinctly being really confused because one of the roommates got up in the middle of the night and got like water or something. And I really thought she was like naked. So like I like had to like stay up like an extra minute to see her come back to make sure. Because I was like, there's no way like she was actually, she wasn't. But I needed the confirmation.
Just to know that you're delirious or something.
I just needed to know is this person like that wild? They're just walking around naked because like respect, but am I delirious also? So.
Yeah.
And that concludes the cursed day.
It was a good day, but it was just really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like the whole day just felt like a fever dream or something.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Literally.
Well, and you were sick right before you left.
Yeah.
Because like I had it, and everybody at work had it, and you were like, "Yeah, I think I lucked out." And then like fucking 2 days before you leave, you get it.
Yeah, it was terrible because like everybody at work was sick, and then everybody in Iced was sick, and that's like all the people I see.
Yeah. Oh, so you had it too?
I was sick for like a couple days. Like actually sick for just a couple days, like maybe a week or a week and a half before you left. But then I just had like lingering mucus and stuff like that just would never go away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here. I had like a 3-week cough for like a 3-day sore throat.
Same. Yeah.
I'm like still waking up in the morning and being like,
Yeah.
need to blow my nose or whatever.
But I know trying to preserve your voice on tour is fucking hard. And now you add that to it. I mean, were your sets good, or were you like fighting to push through?
I felt pretty good about like the first 3 nights. Well, here's the thing about like the first 3 shows. Well, okay, I guess we drive to Chico the first day and just stay the night, hang out, whatever. I wake up that morning just feeling like general shit, like my body feels sick, but I'm like, whatever. First 3 shows, I was doing good. Like I felt like a little weird, but it was fine. But Long Beach, I wake up and like my voice is like cutting in and out. And I'm like, fuck, are you being serious?
Yeah,
like
I think there's like 2 days we were worried that she was gonna like completely throw out her voice
before you even get out of California.
I think it was just
yeah.
What was it? I guess that would make it just like the 2. Wait, you were good in Long Beach?
Yeah, I was perfectly fine that night. Like that was actually one of our best sets of tour on my end, but
not on my end.
Whoops.
It always goes that way,
right? And
like,
then
the last night was fucking great. I'm like, I don't know.
But yeah, I was doing good. I was feeling it. And then I didn't even like feel anything weird in my voice like that night. But then I woke up in Long Beach.
Wait, so were you good in Flagstaff, or was your voice still messed up then?
No, I like still sound like I was in a crush band.
I guess it was really okay. So I just mainly remember on our way to the Mesa show, you were like trying to like not talk and stuff because your voice was basically like
literally, yeah. And like, you know, I make like a stat being like, what do? I can't talk. And then everybody's like, shut the fuck up, basically. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. So
yeah, it's really hard when, especially on those long drives and like the conversation's going, and then I'll catch myself like, oh, Kellen, you know how I am? If I like get going in on a subject, like, will you shut me up? Like, just remind me. Like, because I don't want to blow my shit out. You know, it's the fucking 10th day or something. Like, you know, I don't want to blow my shit out. You know, we still got shows left. Yeah. And it's always from the talking. It's always from the van and shit. But, like, a cold plus drives and talking, it just makes the show too much. You know? Like, I can do the show, but the show with fucking 5-hour drive conversation and a cold is like, nah.
The day my voice was most fucked up was when we reached Mesa, Arizona, and that show was amazing. But I like was really bummed that my voice was fucked because I like everybody in Arizona was like really hyping us up before we like got there and stuff, and there was like a lot of promotion for the show. So I was like, damn, okay. But then when we play, we end up just like using a fuck ton of reverb on my vocals.
Yeah,
it's kind of humorous, but it
sounded like a different style of vocalist for a minute, basically.
Doing the black metal ice show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with just like really bland, like shouting vocals.
Yeah, I was like...
Going youth crew on it.
Because of the messed up throat.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I feel like after Flagstaff, you were like back to normal, surprisingly.
What was after Flagstaff? Santa Fe.
I was concerned before you left when I was looking at the route going, oh, you're going where? In October?
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, for the love of God, don't do what I do and get chains before you leave.
Yes.
You did
Yeah,
hit
that's what I was saying.
snow, right?
Yeah.
And then no one listened.
Well, okay, I was saying the same
I
thing.
just told a story about then getting stuck in a blizzard, and she's like, oh, yeah, we had talked about that. I probably should.
I'm literally like, hey, you know, we might be safe, but like, I had literally, this is probably like a week or two before
Why
we
didn't
left.
we get chains? We literally went to Walmart to get chains.
We went to Walmart to get a few
bunch
things, but I don't really know. I'm pretty well. Regardless, I don't know why we didn't get them, but so
But
instead
you
of
did hit snow.
instead of
Yeah.
having chains, well, we didn't even have to use the chains, but like instead of having chains and needing them, or like just having them in general, we end up having to get them literally in Colorado Springs, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I can't remember.
Yeah,
Or
it's
was that-
Colorado
Or is
Springs.
that Boulder?
It was Colorado
I can't remember
Springs
which one comes
for
first.
sure. Because I know Trondy asked me where the fuck we were at, and then they were like, yeah, everybody drives like an asshole out there. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I bought mine in Wyoming, like after we had been stuck overnight. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't need them.
But yeah,
Yeah, we
I'm
didn't-
really glad we didn't need them. And like,
Basically, like going from, well, yeah. I mean, I guess we're kind of lucky we didn't need them because I mean,
So you
we
didn't get
kind of were
stuck at all?
thinking
No.
thinking we were going to need to. We didn't get stuck, no. So basically, like heading into like Pueblo in Colorado Springs area, like it's starting to snow a little bit. Yeah, I guess by the time we're actually to Colorado Springs, it's like actually snowing. But like from Colorado Springs to Denver, you're basically just going up over mountains and then dropping back down into Denver. So like over the passes, it was like snowing really, really hard. And I think it took us something like 2 or 2.5 hours longer than it should have originally taken us just because of like slowed speeds and stuff like that.
and it was really stressful when it first really started coming down because the lights on the freeway started flickering, and we're like,
Yeah.
oh, cool.
Good
This
sign.
is fun. And then, but we were lucky enough to be behind a nice semi for most of the drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just like plowing the snow out of our
And
way,
I was
basically.
like, hell yeah.
Luckily, like we've had a situation where we had to drive through snow anyway, and like
Who was driving?
Josh
Josh.
was driving.
Cool.
He's from
used to it.
Utah, so he's probably used to it, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Snow out there. Well, there's snow coming into Denver, and that was like on our off day, so we didn't have a show that night, luckily.
Yeah.
And then the next day we woke up and it was like sunny and nice, and everything was like basically completely melted.
Nice.
Come showtime in the evening.
So you had a good Denver show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denver was one
Well,
of my favorite spots.
And you guys went to Twist and Shout, right?
Yeah,
That's
which-
like my favorite record store.
That was
like,
really
off the
fun.
coast anyway.
Is that the big one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one where we're all like,
fucking
I
mad
don't have
toys
money.
and a movie room
fr-
and a
yeah.
vinyl room and
Yeah.
like everything.
A friend described it as being Denver's amoeba.
It
so
is,
We're like,
yeah.
that sounds cool.
For sure.
But yeah, we went there, and we also went to Chain Reaction.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
I don't think I've been
And
there.
then an Arc thrift store
Yeah. And a Lush, because
and a
I
Lush.
have to every time.
Oh yeah, because we're dumb in Eugene and we don't have one of those.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so it's really not gonna be that exciting to you.
I don't like things. I
It's
know that.
it's like a natural company that makes like soaps and all that kind of shit.
I think
bath
that-
bombs.
Okay.
Yeah,
masks.
I was gonna
like-
say they kind of blew up over their like bath bombs thing.
Mm-hmm.
Their bath bombs blew up, you say?
Yes, they literally explode.
But
That's
yeah.
interesting. Oh, I will tell you this though. I went to Hawaii recently.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I'm pretty sure I could say the only thing that I bought for myself was soap.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, man, am I really gonna spend $8 on this soap?
Hell yeah,
Worth
you
it.
are.
But it smelled so good,
Dude, that's what
and
it's
I
like
like
at
walked
Lush.
away from it, and then I was like,
That place is.
I'm gonna walk
dangerous.
back over there and get it. And so
Yeah.
I got it, and then I did not regret it.
Yeah, every time we're
I've
on
been, like,
tour, I like
rationing it.
save extra money for Lush.
Just one of those places where 90% of the stuff there just smells way too good.
But it's like
And
also
then,
like all natural, so sometimes you'll like pick something up and you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, some of the
Like-
stuff smells real funky. They have like, basically everything smells really good or it smells like fish. But basically like everything
Should
there
put that on the sign.
smells.
Right.
It smells really good and it like works really good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So, yeah,
we
we had fun.
we should just do a little lightning round here. But what would you guess was your best show?
SLC.
Yeah?
Salt Lake by far, yeah.
What's the
yes.
venue?
It was at a house called Your Mom's
Your
House.
mom's house.
Nice.
Wait, ready?
There's a place in
One,
Denver with that name too.
3. Your mom's house.
Okay, cool. But yeah,
In
that was
Denver.
really fun.
I missed the cue.
I think there's your mom's houses everywhere.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there was a really good turnout, and it was one of the shows that was a costume party that was actually a costume
Yeah,
party.
people showed up with their costumes on.
Because, like, quite a few of our shows were
Like Halloween themed show.
Halloween themed.
we
but
tried to
like-
have as many as we could.
Yeah, but that was, like, the only true one. Like, everybody was dressed up. I think we were close enough to Halloween at that point for it to work.
Did you guys dress up at all on tour?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. Mainly me and Ellie.
But yeah, I was a cat, and I acquired devil horns at some point that I didn't. They just kind of ended up with my stuff one day, so I was like, okay. And Jordan was a minion.
Hell yeah.
On the kit?
Hell no. It was like
It's
it's
like,
like
how would
a.
you move?
It's just like one of those fleece like onesie costumes.
Yeah.
So that would be way too warm.
Mm-hmm.
I'd die.
But yeah, that was probably like the funnest and most actual costume party shows because like everybody's dressed up.
Best band that you played with on the tour?
Too many shit.
R.I.P. But no sign of remorse. They're the best band I think for me.
From where?
Oh damn.
Denver, but that was literally their last show.
Tuckney though was
Oh.
sick.
Tuckney was sick.
They were also
Denver
from
had a really
Denver.
solid lineup for us.
Nice.
Then
Then
always have
I
to
think-
give shout outs to our boys in the choice in Chico.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, I think SOC was like the most fun show and probably like not necessarily the most people, but like the most excited people, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it was the most fun show.
Yeah.
And then I think Denver was probably like the second best show, but I think it was musically the best show.
Yeah. SLC was crazy. It was in just like a garage and it was like very full. I was like once again surprised because this was like a reoccurring theme for
Ooh.
all of our shows is that we'd roll up and be like, there's nobody here.
Yeah.
But then everybody rolls up at once kind of thing.
I think I might know what my favorite band was. I think my favorite band was Piss Mixer in Reno.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
they were fucking sick. That was like their reunion too.
Yeah,
so-
maybe that might have like really helped because the vibe was very right. Because it was like, I don't know, they're just like, I guess well liked in Reno, and there was like their reunion or whatever. So everyone was super into it, and everyone knew all the words and stuff. But I still think their music, regardless of that, was very very good.
I mean, I was really hyped to play with them before we got there.
Yeah, exactly. Like their music on Bandcamp is cool. Like they're a band to like listen to.
Their name is good.
Yeah, right.
So I bet they have good merch. I can't obviously ask you worst band, but worst show.
Yo, okay. Shout out our friend Grass.
Okay.
They're a very, very cool person.
I love Grass. They gave both me and Josh tattoos.
Yeah. So basically,
So-
it was a last minute thing. Santa
yeah, we were originally
Fe,
supposed to play Albuquerque.
Santa Fe, New Mexico. Apparently, which is an art town, but also, from what I can tell, doesn't necessarily have a very big like music scene. At least the kind of music we play, or like you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, well, I mean, I see the shows that, like, Grass is, like, promoting or booking, and, like, it's, like, the same bands on, like, each show kind of thing. I think those are, like,
Yeah.
the only bands that exist within that scene kind
yeah,
of
pretty
thing.
small.
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was for sure the worst show.
It was just last minute and nobody
Just
came.
last minute, and there wasn't very many people other than the bands and.
But we got to hang out at Grass, and
But then people got tattooed, and
yeah, me and Josh got tattoos, so that was fun.
that was like the worst show for like attendance and whatnot, but it was still like, it was definitely not the worst show for like having a good time.
Yeah, I definitely actually had like a lot.
Well, I don't
of
know
fun
if any of the shows were the worst show for having a good time.
No, they're all really fun, honestly.
But yeah.
So you dropped volume 2 of your zine.
Yeah.
We Claimed Our Bodies.
Yeah.
And that coincided basically with the tour. I mean, you did the 2-date Eugene Portland thing first.
Yeah, that was like technically our kickoff shows,
Release
but like
party, whatever.
it was like the release show / kickoff shows, but we couldn't like get them to work actually like right before the tour, so we just like did them a little early.
How's the reception to the new issue?
Very good. Yeah. I still haven't like counted the money from it,
We're doing pretty good.
but we're doing pretty good though.
Because you donate the money.
Yeah, we donate all of it. Actually, October 1st, the day of our like Eugene kickoff party, I went down to Sexual Assault Support Services and donated all the money from the first scene.
Nice.
And it was a little over 500.
That's
How long-
fucking
donate to
awesome.
Okay, so how long has the first zine been out now? Like half a year?
Since March.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roughly
Okay,
7
so-
months.
We got like, what'd you say, close to $500 from that.
That's really
I
impressive.
didn't need to do another count because we had a bunch of money from like donations and stuff on like Venmo and PayPal or whatever. But I'm pretty sure we have like over $400 for the next donation already.
Oh my god.
That's sick.
Yeah, so
That's
I'd say
actually
it's
really
doing
exciting. That's
good.
more than I thought. So
Man.
Yeah, having them on tour is very nice because it's like new people every night, you know, as opposed to just like playing more local or local-ish shows, like going to Portland or something, and like, you know, the people there, if you've played there
They got it last time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you've played there 3 times and you've had them every time, they've like,
if they
you know,
want
anyone
it, they
that
got it.
anyone that wanted one has had one by now, because you know you can literally give us like 50 cents if you want to, or actually no,
that's-
I think you say a minimum $1, but still.
Yeah, but if somebody like just
someone-
wants one, like that's like the thing is that because it's all donations, like I take donations for it, which also makes it
Yeah.
an easy thing for people want to grab.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, and even if you're DIY with your merch or whatever it is, you know, when I first started touring, I would put the prices on the table, and then people would come up and you know they look at it and then they walk away. And I saw another tour mate who like didn't put his prices on the table right next to ours that did, and I noticed that he was having like a lot more conversations with people. You know, because he'd be like, "Oh, how much is the thing?" You know, and then you kind of start talking, and I was like, "I'm gonna take all my prices down." And so for years I haven't done it. And like if somebody goes, "Oh, like you know, how much is this EP, whatever?" And you're like, "Oh, it's $5." And like, "Oh," and they pull out the wall. And like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'll have to catch you next time." I'm like, "Well, fuck, it's gonna be a year before I come back to your
Yeah.
town." Like,
I'll give you a deal.
they're like, yeah, I'm like, "What do you got?" Like, "Oh, I only have $3." I'm like, "Dude, take home
That's
the
close
CD. Like, I
enough,
want you
yeah.
to have this."
yeah.
That's why we brought it, you know. Like, so I'd rather do
exactly.
that. So
We have our prices for everything sitting out, but I think luckily like 95% of punks don't know how to read.
Yeah. Also, we're big on the package deals.
But yeah, no,
Yeah, totally.
Real
Yeah. I
do that
talk
too.
though, we have our prices sit out, and in actually real talk though, like most people don't look at it, I don't think. But like
No.
anyone that wants something from us, like if you don't have the money listed on the board, just ask. You know what I'm saying?
Also, to be fair, merch is often set in a dark room where you can't see shit anyway.
That is
so
true, yeah.
yeah, I just do that because like not everybody is gonna have the disposition to like ask you for something. Like, "Oh, I just watched you play, but oh, I only have fucking, you know, can I get your shirt for $8 or whatever?" You know, they're not necessarily gonna initiate that. So I don't know. By removing that, I found it helpful. So you guys just announced your next tour with another band this time. You went by yourselves this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're going out with LIVID?
Yes. Yeah.
Where are they from?
They're from Wisconsin,
Kenosha, Wisconsin.
whatever that is.
Where did you guys play together before?
In a funny story,
In Eugene, yeah.
Eugene, Oregon. I'll never
Oh,
forget
I've
the
been there.
date, June 19th, 2019. They came and played Spectrum. They're on tour with World Peace, who we had known because we played with them in Oakland in our on our spring tour. So yeah, they rolled through with them, and that was the show. Funny enough, I fucked up my knee at.
Yeah.
Literally, you know.
R.I.P.
sometimes you just hear that riff and then you start.
Sometimes you hear that riff and then you just
fall, and then that's it.
Sometimes the riff is so good that you just break your knee.
Yeah,
it's just like the people going through the wall. Like you just, wow, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't even that cool.
No, it was really underwhelming.
I would have been cheering you on if your knee went through a wall or something, and that's why I got fucked up. But you just
I just fell
for no reason.
It all my knee. I was just doing my thing. I was like, nobody's moshing. Everybody needs to mosh right now. And then, I took a wrong step or some shit. And my knee was like, the fuck? No, you're not doing that. But yeah, it was during Larry, their first song.
We did the local sandwich thing at that show too. So when we played, you were sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Or on a stool or whatever.
Yeah, because we played last.
But you guys got along with Livid that night?
Yeah, really well.
Very cool.
They chilled, they hung out with us for a while, and we've been in contact since, and they hit us up asking if we'd want to go on tour with them, and I was like, well, what are your dates? And then, unfortunately, we were only able to be on just part of it, all the California dates.
And the Oregon dates. Yeah.
I kind of like that. There's a kind of a freedom in not being the one responsible for everything.
Yeah.
And I've only done that twice, I think, where I'm going out in support of a leg of somebody else's tour who's a friend, and it's kind of more fun for me because I don't have to be the fucking parent of everything, and I could just show up. It's already booked.
That's gonna be really nice for.
You already know where you're staying because you're staying with these guys.
Yeah.
It's all taken care of. It's really just the fun part. It's like just being the guy who's not the band leader, and oh yeah, I get to go on tour. I didn't have to do any of the shit.
But yeah, it's been really nice because I've been in contact with them, and I'm like, Jacob, do you want any help? He's like, I got this. Or he'll be like, send me your contacts. I'll just hit them up. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I think the extent of what we've done to help book this tour and whatnot has basically been here's one person or something you can message, and also maybe let's hit up this band in this city to play with.
Can my friend's band play?
But yeah, that's that's very nice.
But yeah, I think Jordan will be very glad since Jordan definitely is a band dad for sure. So
yeah,
you're still gonna have to play that role when it comes to.
You gotta crack the whip and get everybody up in the morning and
that's Jordan.
Get everybody to fucking load in on time and all that stuff.
Yep.
Hey, I think it works. Well, I don't know. I think maybe we're just decent at that stuff, but if not, me being a little bit of a dad works because we've never been late to a show.
True.
Good.
Yeah. Well, except for
what?
the Portland show a long time ago. When
dude, okay. Don't talk about that. That's a curse.
Oh, no, you walked into it. What happened?
Okay, basically, let me just get this over with really quick.
Tour last summer.
This was before tour?
This was tour last summer. On our summer tour of 20.
Oh, okay. So basically, our first show, Portland. Luckily, it's all of our very good friends that booked us, and they didn't mind that we were 2 hours late or whatever.
Yeah,
the show was supposed to start at 7, and we definitely didn't show up until after 9.
Ugh.
But basically, Josh was like, hey, I'm going to do this good thing and get the tires on the van changed. But I happened to only be able to get in the morning before we were supposed to leave, which should normally be fine. But the auto shop kept delaying it and took fucking forever changing the tires.
He was basically there all day.
Yeah, so instead of actually changing the tires in the morning, he wasn't leaving the auto shop until 6 o'clock or something or later, and then we still have to had to pack up all our
load
gear
up
and
the
whatever.
gear and fuck. And it's only Portland too. You'd think going in the morning you'd be fine.
And we're
exactly.
really stressed too. Fuck, we're gonna get there. Everybody's gonna be mad. But luckily everybody had like their time to like party
Everyone was
before, so everybody was just really
chilling.
happy to see us.
Yeah.
Like it was the opposite reaction of what I anticipated when we arrived. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!"
No one seemed too
here."
upset
Like,
that the show was starting like 2.5 hours late.
Yeah.
Is there any place that you're getting to play on this tour that you didn't get to play on the recent one?
Yeah, totally. Well, we didn't play Santa Cruz on the most recent one.
But
we didn't
played
play
Santa Cruz last time. It was sick.
Yeah, we didn't
At the same
play.
place.
They have a cool record store out there. I think it's one of those streetlight record stores. I forget because there's a few of those around. We played at, I think it's the Blue Lagoon or something, and there was a record store like 2 doors down.
Oh.
And the whole tour I was like, yeah, I've never played Santa Cruz before. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been there before. And then like we show up and I was like, oh, I've played this exact venue before because I remember that record store. I'm like, whoops.
But yeah, we're playing
Yeah.
at Sub Rosa again that we played at the first time.
Yeah, that place
and
is
that
really
venue
cool.
Was really cool.
Nice.
We're playing. Well, actually, I guess both of the LA area dates are different from last tour because.
Oh, you're in program this time.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
Shout out
last
to program.
Which I'm
last
so
tour we
excited
played
about.
Long Beach, and then this time we're playing. That's the first show of the leg we're doing with Livid is at Program in Fullerton, and then we're going back to the Rec Center, which is in like LA proper, and then
Very fun spot.
yeah. So Santa Cruz, we're doing San Jose, which is a repeat from last time. So we're doing Stockton, which we've never played before, but Stockton.
It's where I'm from, so I'm excited.
Yeah, Ellie was.
Oh, really?
Ellie was born
Yeah.
in Stockton, but also there's like, I feel like not close friends or anything, but we got like a good amount of people I think we could consider to be homies there, and some
They'll
really
roll
cool
out.
bands that are out there.
I
And
really like Stockton.
Some people like requested that we played there basically, so like we made sure to put that on. And then we're doing Sacramento too, and that we didn't do that last tour, but we did do Sacramento the tour before last, and that
Yeah.
place was really cool too.
And then we're doing Eugene and then Portland. And that's it.
Badass.
Which feels... I always want to go out and do more and more and more each time we tour, but it does feel very nice to just have a few days.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's a flip side of it because, for me anyway, it's usually like the third night that I feel like, all right, I'm in the groove,
Yeah,
like we're
yeah.
killing it now, like we got the routine and the momentum, and the chemistry is super tight. You round into that second week, you feel like everything's tight, but you're also starting to get like maybe a little bit homesick or a little bit tired or whatever.
And
And
sleeping like shit, eating like shit every
yeah,
night.
it catches up to you. And so, there's kind of like a sweet spot in the first week or so that's really productive, I feel like. And then, most of my tours have been give or take like 3 weeks, between like 18 and 23 days or something. And so whenever I go out shorter than that, it's like, oh, wow, we're already done. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like we should be doing more. And then when I get home, I'm like, oh, I actually like feel good though,
Yeah.
because if you go out for a really long time, you can get fucking burned out and like, all right, like how many miles left to home,
Yeah.
and how many more nights is my voice gonna last, and how many more fucking drive-throughs can I stand?
Right,
and,
yeah.
That's another good thing about just focusing on just doing a bunch of California shows, because
Yes.
overall, like you can get to so many places in California that are totally worth playing
And totally different,
and
too.
totally it'll be like a completely different scene from your last show, but it'll only be like an hour or two drive.
Yeah.
I think the longest, going from
the LA stretch is always
going from LA to Santa Cruz is going to be a bit, but then Santa Cruz
I'm
to
gonna be
like
screaming.
or wait, or is that even the order? I don't even remember.
Well,
where does Stockton fall into this?
California is great because I learned a while ago that if you dedicate a little extra time, you're doing, like you said, shorter drives to play more shows. And so like when we did the Peril tour this summer for DFS, I knew that we had to shorten it because Kellen wasn't able to do the length that we wanted. And I was like, well, shit, instead of just doing a West Coast tour, let's just do a California tour. Because we played 9 shows in a row, no stops,
Yeah.
all in the state of California.
Yep.
And then we went home, and it was
Yeah.
like great. We had short drives, everything felt really productive, and you actually get to like hang out in the city you're in
Yeah,
a little
which I
bit.
really love to
and-
do. I like to just see what's up.
Yeah, and see friends or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's not like rush to the next city over and over again.
Yeah.
it feels just a lot better to have at least, a couple hours to like just hang out, relax,
Eat
see
food,
like
actually.
eat actual food, and like see, I don't know, just see the place that you're in, because like it's totally possible to like arrive somewhere and like you're completely unfamiliar with your surroundings, and like you don't actually get to like, you basically don't get to realize where you're at, because
you go straight to the venue, and then you go where you're crashing, and then you leave.
and then the next
Yeah.
morning you have to get up and make another long drive, so you don't get to like spend any time.
Yeah, that's the hard thing when you're doing like 5 and 6 hour drives.
So I think-
which is most of our drives this time.
Yeah.
But we somehow, or the last
time, yeah.
But I feel like we still made the most of it.
Yeah, we still, yeah.
Surprise.
I mean,
Right.
it's hard to go through those, western states that aren't on the coast and not do that. Montana, Idaho, Arizona,
everything is
Nevada,
pretty spread out in that area.
Colorado, New Mexico. They're all big stretches where there's just not a lot going on. So that's why, like, whenever I do go out there, I am trying to go for like 3 weeks or something,
Yeah.
so I can hit all the cities and not skip anything. Because, I mean, you got to put in the time to fucking get there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And get back. Otherwise, it's like, well,
It's like-
what are you going to do? A 2-day travel to get
Right.
there, and then a day travel to get back. Like we want shows every night.
Yeah.
It's a weird mixture of like having to spend the time to get there, and also not like forcing yourself to do it all on like just a few hours of sleep.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you want to make good time and get somewhere early, like before the gig or whatever, and like have time to chill, but you also don't want to not sleep the night before.
Yeah.
So it's like-
and also you don't want to be there all fucking day, because for me, that's when I'm more like tempted to spend money to
Definitely.
entertain myself.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, man, like we got like 4 hours to load in, I'm not gonna eat yet. How about you? No,
I'm gonna go to
all right,
Lush.
record store, comic store. Oh, let's catch a movie. Oh, fucking whatever. And so, that's when you start throwing away money. But I, on this last tour, I think for maybe the first time ever, I did no drive-throughs. I gave
wow.
myself, like, usually I give myself $10 a day, and like that's all the food I'm gonna eat. It's usually just one meal, and I'll bring granola bars or whatever. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat $15 a day.
Dude,
And you
makes
don't
it-
always
makes
do
a difference.
like you don't
Yeah.
always spend it. You might go a little bit less, or you might have to tip at a place and go a little bit over. But like that was kind of my barometer. And every day I had like a nice plate of hot food,
Which is so
and I felt 10 times better. I only hit one drive-through just because we were like leaving a place and it was breakfast time, and I saw the McDonald's thing and I was like, I'm gonna add a little extra. I'm gonna have an egg McMuffin today. But
Yeah.
but like as far as the one meal, the proper meal every day, I didn't do it at all, and it was great.
Yeah, I'm down to like eat real food every
Yeah.
single possibility. I feel like on the last tour, it was a lot harder to do that though.
Well, the
Yeah.
long drive.
Yeah,
man.
with all the long drives, and it's like you can try to like look up mileage to the next city, or drive length or whatever, but that's never actually accurate, because like you're gonna have to stop, you're gonna have to get gas, you're gonna have to eat probably at a drive-through, but that still like takes up a lot of time. So
But I do want to say shout outs to Just Vegana in like Pomona, California, because that place is fucking amazing. And
So
our
good.
friend Dahlia, like, we're like, because we didn't really get to hang out that much at the show, and like she's like our good friend. Her band played and stuff, and like,
What are they called?
Sludge 'em.
society.
Yeah, Society the band. But like we didn't really get to hang out that much just because it was like lots of stuff going on for everybody, whatever. So we're like, yeah, let's like meet up in the morning and get coffee. And she was just like, sent me literally coordinates and was like, go to this place. This is where we're going. I was like, this isn't a fucking coffee shop, like that kind of thing. But then it was like this like really amazing like vegan like Mexican restaurant, and I balled out hard there. I think we all did.
Yes.
And then also shout outs to the Thai restaurant really close to the Holland Project in Reno.
There's a good Thai restaurant right in the same complex as Program, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
That.
Yeah, but yeah, I like made it a point ever since that tour last summer that we have to go to the Thai restaurant in Reno every time because it's really good.
Nice. So,
Shout out Livid.
Yeah, shout out Livid.
So the Livid tour, your leg kicks off when? January?
That's a great question.
First show is January 11th in Fullerton, California at Program Skate Shop.
Badass. So,
Bad butt.
sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
cursing.
Yeah.
This is a clean.
My virgin ears.
Yeah. All right, that is our show. Thank you to the guys from ICE for coming back and doing a tour-only episode. That was fun. If you like the show, please subscribe. Give us that 5-star iTunes rating and share this shit. Help spread the word about the tour. It kicks off January 11th with Livid. It's going to be at Program Skate and Sound, our friends, in Fullerton, California. And I'll leave you with a track from the new ICE record, Don't Mean Shit. The song's called Counterfeit. God damn, I forget how good those fucking guys are. Put your shit out on CD so a 90s kid can buy it like me.